boys and girls, and welcome to Tennessee's at-home learning series for literacy. Today's lesson is for all our first graders out there, though all children are welcome to tune in and enjoy today's story. This lesson is the third in this week's series. My name is Miss Clark, and I'm a first grade teacher in Tennessee schools. And I'm so excited, boys and girls, to be your teacher for this lesson. So welcome to our virtual classroom. If you didn't see our previous lessons, you can find them on www.tn.gov/education. Though you can still tune in to today's lesson even if you haven't seen any of the others. Though it might be more fun to first go back and watch the other lessons, since today we're going to be continuing a story that we started our last time together. Now, boys and girls, today we're going to be describing characters using key details in our story. Now, before we get started, to participate fully, boys and girls, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need 2 pieces of blank paper, a pencil, and a surface to write on. And if you tuned in with us in our last lesson, go ahead and get your chart that we did together. And you also, boys and girls, can go online to get a student packet for today's lesson. It will be found on our website, www.tn.gov/education. And it'll be ELA Grade 1, Lesson 13. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Now, during our last lesson, we continued reading our fairy tales, right, boys and girls? And do you remember what fairy tale we've been reading? Go ahead and whisper the name of it into your hand. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's right, Jack and the Beanstalk. Now, boys and girls, we remember that a fairy tale is a make-believe story, right? Yeah, it's been told for hundreds and hundreds of years, over and over again. And we know that fairy tales also have what, boys and girls, that are super important? That's right, characters. And they can be either people or animals. Good. Now, let's look at our independent work from our last lesson together. And if you don't have yours today, that is okay. You can share mine. Now, when I look at my chart, I see that we read about a boy named Jack and a new problem he had, right? Everybody point to the new problem that Jack had from last time's story. Yes, boys and girls, that's right. Jack's new problem was that the giant came home while Jack was inside the giant's house eating breakfast. Did you think about what might happen next? What did you predict Jack would do to solve this new problem, boys and girls? I bet you all had some great guesses, and I bet we're going to find out if your predictions were correct today. Now, today, boys and girls, our goal is to describe our characters using those key details in our text, using important information from our story. Now, we're going to begin with me showing you what that looks like. And then there's going to be time for you to practice on your own with my help. And finally, boys and girls, you are going to get some independent work time to show me how amazing you guys are and how hard of workers you are. And you are going to complete this after the video ends. Now let's read on. I cannot wait to find out if your predictions were correct and how he is going to solve this problem. Here, come quick and jump in here. And she hurried Jack into the oven just as the giant came in. What do you think, boys and girls? Did Jack solve the problem with this? He jumped in the oven. Why would he be jumping into an oven, boys and girls? Yeah, he's trying to hide, right, from that giant that wants to eat him for breakfast. That must have been a big oven, huh, boys and girls? I know my oven is not big enough for a boy to get inside. Is yours? Oh, yes. That makes sense. Yeah, this is a giant's house, right, boys and girls? So we know that makes a lot more sense. The author is giving us clues, right, to help us make guesses about what's happening in the story. Now, let's get back to the story. He was a big one, to be sure. At his belt, he had 3 cows strung up by the heels, and he unhooked them and threw them down on the table and said, "Here, wife, broil me a couple of these for breakfast." Oh my goodness, boys and girls. This giant must be enormous. Wow, think about how big he must be to have a cow hanging from his belt. Wow. And he's telling his wife to broil or cook it. He wants a couple cows? That's amazing. He must be one big one for sure, right? Oh, what's this I smell? Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll have his bones to grind my bread. Boys and girls, what does this mean? What is he smelling? Go ahead and whisper into your hand. Everybody shout out with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Jack, that's right. Oh no, boys and girls, this might be a problem, huh? Oh, nonsense, dear, said his wife. You're dreaming, or perhaps you smell the scraps of that little boy you liked so much from yesterday's dinner. Here you go, and go have a wash and tidy up. And by the time you come back, your breakfast will be ready for you. So the giant went off. Well, what is the giant's wife doing, boys and girls? Yeah, she is helping Jack again. Now, boys and girls, did we just read about another problem Jack had? Oh yeah, that's right. The giant thought he smelled a little boy, didn't he? So let's go ahead and write that on our chart. So if you have yours from your previous lesson, you can go ahead and do it with me. The giant thought he smelled a little boy. That is definitely a problem. The giant smelled a little boy. Very nice job, boys and girls. Now, let's keep reading to see what happens next. Now, what was the solution to this problem? Did we hear it? Amazing. Yeah, that's right. The giant's wife told him he was dreaming, didn't she? she kind of helped Jack again. So let's write that. You go ahead and try on your own. Then we'll share together. The giant's wife said he was dreaming. Very nice. So I added that to the bottom of my chart. Very nice job, boys and girls. And you can see it on your screen if you want to check your answer. Check your sentence with mine. Jack sure has a lot of problems in this fairy tale, boys and girls? So the giant went off, and Jack was just going to jump out of the oven and run off when the woman said, wait till he's asleep. He always has a snooze after breakfast. Well, the giant had his breakfast. Then he said, wife, bring me the hen that lays the golden eggs. What in the world, boys and girls? A hen that's laying golden eggs? That can't be right. It can happen in a fairy tale, right? What do you think the golden eggs mean? What do you think? Are they going to be valuable? Yeah, we know that gold is something that's very valuable, right? And worth a lot of money. That must be one special hen. So she brought the giant the ordinary looking hen, and the giant said, lay. And what do you know? It laid an egg made of pure gold. Wow. The giant grinned a horribly toothy grin. Then his head began to nod until a loud snore shook the house. Boys and girls, is the giant asleep? Yes. Point to how you might know that the giant is asleep. Do you see any clues in the illustration? Very nice, boys and girls, yeah. And the text even gives us some clues. It tells us that he is snoring, right? And we know when you're snoring very loudly, you're asleep, right? Jack crept out of the oven on tiptoes. Oh, boys and girls, I want you all to show me your best creep on your tiptoes without trying to wake that giant up. Ready? Go. Very nice. So this was a good decision from Jack, right? This was very smart of him to creep very quietly on his tiptoes across the floor to not wake the giant up. He crept out of the oven and he caught hold of the golden hen, and he was turning to leave when the hen gave a cackle that woke up the giant. Oh no, boys and girls. The giant woke up. Why? Jack was being very smart and creeping by him on his tiptoes. Yeah, the hen gave out that cackle. So cackle must be a really loud sound, right? Jack was out of the house like a flash when he heard the giant calling, wife, wife, what have you done with my golden hen? And the wife said, oh, what, my dear? But that was all Jack heard, for he rushed off down the beanstalk and he climbed down like a house on fire. So he is in a hurry, isn't he? You think that's a good idea? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Yeah, I agree. I would definitely be in a hurry too. That was a smart move by Jack. And when he got home, he showed his mother the wonderful hen and said, "Lay." And it laid golden eggs for Jack, just as it had for the giant. And even better, it laid a golden egg every time he said lay. Oh my goodness, boys and girls, how do you think Jack and his mother are feeling now? Yeah, maybe they're feeling like their problems are over. For a little while, Jack and his mother were satisfied, thanks to the hen's golden eggs. They had all they needed to live a comfortable life. But it wasn't very long before Jack began to wonder if he couldn't find something else up there in the sky. Boys and girls, what is he up to now? So one fine morning, he got up early and he went up the beanstalk again. Oh, and he climbed. Everybody do it with me. And he climbed and he climbed. Let me see you climbing that beanstalk. And he climbed and he climbed and he climbed until at last he reached the sky. But this time, he knew better than to go straight to the giant's house. And when he got near it, he waited behind a bush till he saw the giant's wife come out. She came out with a pail to get some water. And then he crept into the house and he got into a big copper pot near the stove in the kitchen. So boys and girls, it says that he didn't go straight to the giant's house this time, did he? What did he do instead? Go ahead and turn and share out with the person watching with you today. Yeah, he hid behind that bush, right? He waited for the giant's wife to move so he could come into the house. He doesn't think the wife will be happy to see him again, does he, since he took that golden hen from them? I think that is a very smart or clever thing to do. What about you guys? Thumbs up or thumbs down? So he crept into the house and he got into the big copper pot near the stove in the kitchen. Now, boys and girls, it says that he crept into the kitchen. Remember, just like he crept out of the oven the first time on his tiptoes. So why did he do this? What did he do when he got into the house? He got into that big copper pot. You think that was a clever, smart place to hide? I wonder why he did that, boys and girls. We'll have to find out next time. Now, who, boys and girls, was our main character? Our main character is who the story is mostly about. Go ahead and whisper into your hand and we'll all share it out together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's right, Jack. He is the person that all these things are happening to, right? Now, boys and girls, when I'm reading, I'm looking for the details in the story that tell me about these characters and describe them. Now, in the story, I noticed that our main character, Jack, he tiptoes out of the oven once the giant falls asleep, right? And that tells me something. That tells me Jack is being very smart or clever to not wake the giant, right? Now, I want you to get out one of your pieces of paper And in your middle of your paper, I want you to go ahead and draw a circle. And in the side of the circle, we're going to write a sentence, okay? And we are going to write, Jack is clever. That means smart. Wonderful job. Now, we're going to draw a line out to one side, and we're going to draw another circle. And inside that circle is going to be an important detail, a key detail from the story that told us a reason that we knew Jack was clever. Can you think of one? Let's see if we can find an idea. I'm remembering he wasn't wanting to wake the giant, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he tiptoes away. That was a very important detail. We're just going to do a quick job on our organizer, and we're going to change them into complete sentences later. We're just going to get all our ideas down. Very nice, boys and girls. Now, let's see if we can find a few more details that show us that Jack is clever. We're going to add those to our character web. Now, I also read in the story that Jack grabbed the hen that lays the golden eggs. I think that might be another detail from the story, right, that tells you he's clever. He wants that special hen that lays golden eggs. So let's go ahead and draw another circle, and we will write grabs the hen. Grabs the hen. We'll do a quick jot. That is a very good detail that tells us he was being super clever by doing that. Now let's keep looking for more details in the story that tell us that Jack is super clever. Now we read that Jack was out of the house like a flash. That's right. So this tells us, boys and girls, that Jack is being very clever to hurry quickly, right, away from the giant's house. We said that was a great idea, that we would do the same if there was a giant after us. So let's go ahead and draw another circle and add that detail. He hurries away. Let's go ahead and jot that detail onto our chart, our organizer. Very nice, boys and girls. Now, can you think of one more key detail in the text that give us ideas about how Jack is clever? Go ahead and think of it and share out with me. Very nice, boys and girls, yeah. We learned at the end of today's part of the story that he went back a second time, and this time he hides, right? He hides behind the bush, waiting for the wife to not be looking, and then he hides in that copper pot. That was pretty smart of Jack, right? Because he knew the giant's wife and the giant would be super angry to see him back at their house. Very nice, boys and girls. Now, if you found some different ideas or you want to add even more details, that would be wonderful. Now that we have found some evidence, boys and girls, in our text to show us that Jack is a very clever character for sure, I want you to make sure you use the details in your story web to write at least 2 sentences today, okay? And here is a word list that you might want to use to help you write those complex, detailed sentences. You might want to use the word hurried, satisfied, golden. Boys and girls, I enjoyed working with you today on describing characters, and you did a wonderful job using those key details in a story. Thank you so much for inviting me into your home, and I'm looking forward to our next lesson in Tennessee's At Home Learning series. Have a great day, boys and girls.
Hello, I'm Maria Lee, First Lady of Tennessee, and I'm so glad you're here. This has been an unprecedented time for our state and our country. I'm so proud to see how Tennesseans are coming together to serve and lift each other up in the midst of challenges. Each of us has a role to play, including you, our students. Right now, your school buildings may be closed, but there are many opportunities to keep learning. And we are so grateful for the partnership of PBS in bringing this program directly to you as one more way to keep us learning and growing together during this time. I want to also give a special thank you to all of the teachers who helped make this possible. We could not do it without them. Most of all, thank you for joining us.
Before you take a drink, do you think we can make this water rise to the top without putting any more water in there?
Yes.
How?
If we put some ice into here.
How many do you predict can fit in there before it goes all the way to the top?
I think 7.
7? Can you count them with me? Let's count.
1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'll do one more. Daddy dropped it.
11.
You predicted it would take 7 ice cubes, and it took 11 ice cubes. So, did it take more or fewer ice cubes?
I think more.
You think more? You're right, it did take more. Now, you can take a drink.